There's a variety of e-hailing taxi and cab services on the market for passengers to choose from. But when app-based systems are bypassed, it opens up opportunities for criminals to enter the system. The murder of Yolandi Botes in April, whose body was found in the Vaal River, sent shockwaves through the country. Shortly before her murder, she traveled from George to 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝘶 Airport in Johannesburg. Getting into the wrong cab can be very dangerous. Yolandi Botes was reported missing after taking a cab from 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝘶 International Airport in April. Although Uber says the driver completed his trip, the incident flung bogus drivers into the spotlight and the safety and risks of cab-hailing services. Megan Davies says she still has nightmares about being kidnapped as she was misled at the 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝘶 Airport by a bogus driver. Coming from a small farming town in the Northern Cape, Megan had never used an e-hailing service before. She says she was lucky enough to escape what she believes was an attempted kidnapping.
It freaks me out. It could have gone horribly wrong. Just due to the fact that you're naive, you believe, you trust, and it gets taken advantage of.
When ordering an Uber, you enter your destination into the app, wait for an assigned driver, and check that the driver and car detail match information given on the app. But Megan did not know this. When she arrived at 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝘶 Airport, Megan downloaded the Uber app, ordered a ride, and waited at the general pickup point.
Somebody approached me and he said, "Are you the lady who just summoned a taxi?" And I said, "Yes, I am." I was very glad because it was way quicker than what they said. So I took my bag and put it on the back seat. And I got in front. He said, "Ma'am, you're welcome to sit in front if you want to." And he asked me specifically, "What address am I taking you to?"
Even though you had put the address in your Uber app?
Yes, I thought it was just a confirmation.
As they were exiting the airport, the actual Uber she had ordered via the app arrived and phoned her. She told the driver she had taken another Uber. He told her that was not the correct procedure and that the ordered ride should be cancelled in the app. The driver of the car she had taken now told her to ignore the real Uber driver.
The driver said, "Ma'am, just ignore your phone the next time it rings. It's just professional jealousy."
But the Uber driver kept on calling.
The phone kept on ringing and I picked up the phone and the person didn't even give me a chance. He just said, "Ma'am, you don't have to come with me. Just get out of the car that you are in now. They're busy kidnapping you."
Megan realized she may be in real danger and told the driver to stop, but he refused.
And I tried to open the door, didn't want to open. And I said, "If you don't open the door, I will go as far as to kick out your window and it's going to cause commotion, so just stop." And I opened the door and I got out while the car was driving.
As she got out of the vehicle, she caught a glimpse of the driver's phone.
It was definitely WhatsApp. There was a picture of me while I was waiting with my bag and trolley. Yeah, and he sent a voice note, very agitated in a language that I didn't understand.
Megan has reason to believe that her ordeal may have been a kidnapping. Crime trends and statistics analyst for the Institute of Security Studies, 𝗀𝗧𝗍𝗍 Lancaster, says robbery has increased significantly during the last year, and kidnappings often happen with the intention to rob victims.
We have people that are hijacked or, in this case, picked up from a street or a place where they are waiting, and they're driven around to get access to the ATM cards and such.
The 2019 to 2020 statistics show a 16% increase in kidnappings in South Africa, with 6,623 cases reported. The ISS Crime Hub compared general kidnapping trends to what happened to Megan.
Given the circumstances in this case, it could be the normal sort of extortion type rackets where people are held, but they are very small numbers. The most likely scenario being a type of robbery that was planned, or simply an Uber driver that was trying to undercut the regular business.
But
all of us were Uber drivers. At 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝘶 International Airport, drivers posing as Uber drivers crowd the exit doors. We went undercover to see how they operate. Watch as various drivers approach in a short period.
Uber?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you an Uber?
I'm an Uber, ma'am.
Are you an Uber?
Yes, ma'am.
I just ordered an Uber.
How long, how far is it?
8 minutes.
See, I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my Uber.
I'm an Uber driver. You can talk to me, I can take you.
But-
You can kill the middleman and talk to me. You are Uber
But
driver. all of us are Uber drivers here, waiting for clients.
These drivers follow and hustle travelers to take rides with them for cheaper prices than what Uber is charging.
I'm going to Bedfordview.
Bedford View is
But
maybe 140, 150. Yeah? You see, from that 140, Uber will take from me 35 rand.
A registered Uber driver is most likely not going to stand outside airport doors with a sign written Uber. Airports have designated pickup and drop-off zones for taxis and shuttles. So the guys stopping you as you get out of the airport claiming to be Uber drivers are more often than not actual Uber drivers. General Manager for Uber Southern Africa, 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝘶, says the problem with fake Uber drivers at the country's airports has been coming for years.
The important thing in Uber ride can only be requested through the app. So no matter how much in a hurry you are, the person that's harassing you outside the baggage claim is not your Uber driver partner.
Experts say bypassing the e-hailing system paves the way for kidnapping and other crimes, but it doesn't end there. Bogus drivers are sometimes in cahoots with registered drivers. Private investigator 𝗀𝗍𝗶𝘃 scrutinized the phenomenon of app sharing.
What they do is they rent out their services to somebody else with the vehicle. If you have to make 2,000 for the week, you do your bit, then you rent it to your friend or whoever else is going to rent it from you, then they can make up the money that you need for the week.
Pascoe adds that in the case of Megan's foreign driver, criminals enter the system when apps are rented to undocumented foreigners.
Either they not legally here or have legal documentation to present. So it's easier to just rent it than go through the actual channels, because that would definitely be declined.
Uber says it is adapting safety technology on the app to curb this transgression.
We do have a zero tolerance policy to it, and it's actually very clearly in violation of our community guidelines. The reality is we put a lot of technological pieces in place to mitigate for this. So the first one is real-time ID check. So drivers will periodically be prompted to take a selfie, and we've got sophisticated facial recognition technology that then matches the driver's picture to the picture that we have on record and on the driver's national ID.
Uber says it has been reaching out to airports companies South Africa to assist them in removing the fake drivers. 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀 is the managing body of all airports in the country.
I do think it's important, specifically at airports, for some physical intervention, and I think a lot of the work can be done by 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀. Those touters need to be removed.
You say you've got a good relationship with 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀, but it seems they're not getting a hold of this problem. These guys are not being removed.
We've really done our part to push 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀 to do this. I think it is the next step is up to them to actually physically start removing these touters. This has actually been going on for quite some time, as many airport users have seen. So I really look forward to 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀 acting and removing these people.
𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀 says airport law enforcement cannot investigate complaints without witness statements.
In a written reply, Airport Company South Africa, or 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀, says if there are any human traffickers or kidnappers operating from the airports, they'd only investigate if people who've fallen victim to the crimes or narrowly escaped come forward, and that these incidents would have to be reported to the police first.
While the problem remains the responsibility of the authorities, it is up to passengers to take precaution when hailing e-cabs.
When you do get into the Uber, this Uber should know your name. You've subscribed to the app, so he should know your name. So when you get into the Uber, you must also check. With COVID, everybody's wearing masks. Make sure that's your driver. You don't just get into the vehicle. And then also, when you get into the vehicle, always sit at the back. The reason for that, you have distance between you and the driver, and you have exits on either side. On WhatsApp, you have your follow my location. I've done that before where I haven't felt safe. where I've actually notified my boyfriend or my brother, I'm getting into the Uber, I'm turning on my live location, so they can actually follow where I'm going.